What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Once again, we are back here in the garage and we have another vehicle to work on. I'll walk you through what we have. It is a 2012 Mini Cooper S. Really cool car. I like these cars a lot. But I'll show you what we have to do for the customer. On this back hatch, there's a pretty good shot right over this body line here. And I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think a lot of that center will just pop, but the issue we'll have is all this high spot around it that's really tight there. So it's going to be a lot of tapping and just moving that metal around, you know, working those low spots, but tapping down that crown all around it. We'll access it by taking off that inside panel. I'm sure there's plenty of access holes we can get into that way. I'm not even going to start glue pulling it. I don't think it's that deep or anything. I think we could just pretty much touch it with a rubber tip tool and most of that will pop. But like I said, then it'll be all that fine tuning, getting in those low spots, tapping down the high spots. But we'll get started on this. Once again, take you along with us as we normally do, and we'll see how this thing turns out. Let's get going. Okay, we've been working with this for a while, as you saw in the video. I started off, some of that popped out, but you could see it was still held down pretty good. We started working some of the deepness out first and then started tapping around it. I wanted to see how that worked out. Sometimes, I mentioned this before in my other videos, sometimes I start by tapping down the high spot and other times I start by moving the dent first. This time I wanted to start moving the dent to see how it worked out, but it was being held up by that high spot. So I wanted to make sure we kind of tap that down. I'll show you what we have so far. You can see it's coming out nice. Still a little low spot up in here. We'll have to mess with that. And it's still a little low here, maybe some tapping to do still, but you can see it's starting to work out pretty nicely. We'll just keep going on it, same kind of thing, just working the low spots, tapping the high spots, and take it slow, and pretty soon this thing will be done. So let's get going and see the final results. All right, we are all finished up. It came out perfect. So I think the customer is really going to be happy with this. It's a younger kid that owns this vehicle, and he was really concerned about the dent. You know, he was kind of upset about it, but I told him, don't worry about it. We can get that perfect. We'll get that back to the way it should be. You know, I understand things happen, and he was concerned about it, but I think he's really going to be happy with it. It was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I thought more of that center would have popped out, but it wasn't that big of a deal. It's just, I thought a lot more would have came out at first, but we just tapped the high spots and worked the low spots, you know, just do the process, and it worked out perfect. So I'll show you the results. You can see the body line is back to the way it was. No high spots, no low spots. Paint is all perfect, so no issues. So I think, like I said, I think he's really going to be happy with this. I'm happy with the results. Hopefully you guys like the video. If you can, like, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments. Let me know what you think, if you have questions or anything like that, and we'll do more videos, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah.